Hey everybody. This is kind of a random Ren'py video that I'm doing. I had somebody ask me in my comment section about how to make it so that um, people have to go through like a bunch of different dialogue things before they can proceed past it. And I'm not 100% sure if this is the best way to do it, but it is a way to do it, and it's probably fine with it. If anyone has any other ideas, feel free to put them in the comments to help this person out. But this is a way to do it. So, actually, I'll worry about this top one up here. Get rid of that. Okay. So, anyways, this is my script. Let me actually move this over so you guys can see everything on it. So I'm going to kind of go through the script as it is. This is just a quick little script I'm doing. I'm not obviously living back in my country right now. I will be moving back in May, so all the videos you're seeing other than this one are all ones that were recorded back last year before I moved. I'll be back home in May, so you'll get regular videos that are not like this per se, you know? Okay. So I'm going to go through each little area to tell you guys how I did it. So here I have a list of each topic that we're going to go through. You can name this whatever you want. So if they use the example of having to listen to all the girls' poetry in Doki Doki. So, for example, in that case, you could put the girls' names, and it would equal false or true kind of thing. The default for this is going to be false, okay? And then I'll put default points. These are going to come in handy later. I just wanted to kind of tell you guys what I have up here. This is before the start label. So yeah, in your game, if this was a reoccurring thing in your game where you have it every single time there's a bunch of stuff coming up, or multiple times in the game it's coming up, it might be a little harder, but I'll also show you how to get around doing that if you need to, and you need to even use the same default things. Like, say we wanted to later on ask another person about their favorite age, or their age, their favorite color, their pet or job or whatever, you know? So I'll show you guys how to do that as well. Without having to have like 5 million different defaults. You could even name this 1, 2, like you would name this 1, 2, 3, 4, even, or however many you want, and then just keep reusing it over and over. I'll show you guys how to do it. So anyway, default points. This is going to be what is going to stop it from continuing. Sorry. I thought I heard the front door opening. I didn't want someone to walk in while I'm in the middle of doing this. And okay, so here's the start. And at start it says if points are equal to, that's the 2 equal signs. Very important because I spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out what was wrong at one point, and it was the fact I didn't have the 2 equal signs. So remember, is equal to is the 2 equal signs. So if points equals 4 is equal to 4, it's going to jump to ending. So that means it's going to stop the dialogue thing. You can name this whatever. I just named it ending, and it's the label down here. So whatever you want to have happen after the people are done asking all the questions that they have to do, or going through the different menu options when they are asking, or whatever they're doing, you just jump to whatever, okay? I just said ending because this is literally all our game is just to show us that. And then it says if points equals 0, then it's going to say something. It's going to say time to ask some questions. You don't want to hear that every single time, so it's going to say that, and it's only going to happen if the points are equal to 0. Otherwise, it will just jump past these two. If it's not equal to 4 and it's not equal to 0, it's going to jump past these two and start at the menu here, okay? So here we have ask about career if job equals false. So if you want to have this situation where you want the things to disappear afterwards, then like you don't want them to keep asking over and over again the same question, trying to get out of it, because I guess in that case they could, because they could just rack up points and then just get out of it without having to ask all the other questions. If you want them to have to go through each one, then This is if job equals false, it will show ask about career. So the very first thing I want right after that is points equals, or points is plus equals 1. So that's going to add 1 point. So it's no longer going to be 0 anymore. So it's not going to say time to ask questions. I also want to make sure that job is now equal to true. So this will no longer show the next time the menu comes up. Okay? And I just put a quick little thing saying ask about career, and that says jump start. Obviously, in your game, you're not going to jump back to the very start of the game just after you finish the question. Do it at whatever label you want before the questions start. Mine just happens to be label start, so I just put it as that. Okay, but if this is in the middle of your game, you don't want to put jump start, you want to put jump and whatever label you want to kind of have just before the question starts. Start a new label to make it so you can do this. You can use this as well if you need to help so that you're not having the same thing happen at the very beginning each time. You can have a whole list of things. A whole scene can happen if the points are equal to 0. And then since the points are, when it jumps back to this label, it will jump through these because it's not 4, it's not 0, it jumps back to menu, and then you can ask again. So then we have ask about age, if age equals false. Again, points are equal to plus 1, age is equal to true. Then you ask about the age, jump start, it's going to jump past everything again and go to menu. And it will, if it sees that this is true, it's not going to show age and it's not going to show career. And you could do this in any order. Like I'll show you, we're not going to go through from top to bottom on the list. They can jump through it any order and the ones that they have done will be removed. So I think you guys get the idea for this part here. Okay. Now I have label ending. So this is what happens if all the points are reached to 4. Okay. And you can change this throughout the whole thing too. So say this one's 4, but another one is you have 5 different things that they have to go through. Change the points to 5, that kind of thing. And you can name points whatever you want. I named it as points. You can name it as dialogue. You can name it as whatever, as long as it's equal to a number for this situation. Because then you can keep adding to that number each time they go through. Okay, so the naming of those things is totally up to you. Okay, so when you reach the label ending, it says you have asked all the questions. Yay, you have completed the game. And then it says points equal 0. This is going to drop the points down to 0 again, and then it says start again. So if, in this case, you'd want to do this maybe after they've asked everything, because if you want to use it later on, you could make then the points back to 0, and then if this situation comes up where they have to ask again, you just go through the same process again. Just remember to close off those points at the end with a 0, and you can keep using it over and over again. And it says start again, question mark, and the menu. So if you want to start the game again, or start, in this case, I'm thinking of it more as like a later on you have another situation that comes up where you need to ask about someone's job, age, favorite color, and pet. Then you want to make sure right afterwards you change after the yes, or after you've done this, you can put this in the ending here. I could easily just do that too if I wanted to, because there's nothing really stopping it. So I'm going to actually do that right after points, just because you should probably put all these together when you're planning it. So now all these are going to be false either way. So you either start again or you say no and you end the game. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. We're going to go over real quickly, watching in the small corner, and then afterwards I'm going to go through it again where you can see it full screen, okay? So we're going to just look at it in the corner for now. Okay, so time to ask some questions. That's this part here, okay? Because points equals 0, we haven't done anything. So it's only looking at this information here, okay? Points equal to 0, so it says time to ask some questions. Okay, and we're not going to go in order. So say you want to ask about their favorite color. You ask about the favorite color. Now favorite color is no longer showing because the favorite color is true. So we can ask about career. Ask about career. Ask about age. Ask about age. Ask about pet. So now we have finished all of them. So we have 4 points. So what's going to happen next? oops, let me just jump to, I got a small screen, so I have to jump around a bit more than you guys do. So now we have 4 points and all the things I've been asked about, so it jumps to ending down here. Label ending. So at this point, this is all that has happened. It says, yay, you have asked all the questions. As soon as I click the mouse again, it's going to have turned the points to 0 and all the things to false, okay? You're not going to see it as the player, but it's what happened to the thing. So we're going to say yes. Time to ask some questions. Why? Because it's now at 0 again, so it's back to this. And then if I click it again, now all these are back because it's all false again. So let's ask about pet this time. Ask about age, ask about favorite color, and ask about career. Same thing happens, okay? So we're going to start it again, but this time I'm going to show you guys in full screen really quickly how it's done. But you guys have now seen this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have a better way of doing this, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely take it to note. And it will also help other people out in the future. But this is at least one way to do it, and you can reuse it over and over again. You don't have to stick with it. Like I said, you can make the job and age and favorite color and stuff like that. You can name it 1, 2, 3, 4. Just remember, though, you can't name it the actual numbers. You have to type out the word, like 1, O-N-E kind of thing, or whatever you want. Okay? So let's go, and we're going to take a quick peek at this. If it was full screen, which I think is there. Okay. So here's our full screen. We're going to go back into the game, and I'm going to say, actually, let's say no. We're going to go back to start. Time to ask some questions. Age, you ask about age, ask about pet, ask about favorite color, ask about career. You've asked all the questions. Start again? Yes. Time to ask some questions. Let's start from the bottom. We'll go work our way up. Ask about pet. Ask about favorite color. Ask about age. And ask about career. So there you guys go. In this case, we're not going to start again. We'll bring it back to here. So I hope that has helped. I hope that was kind of what you were asking about when you asked the question. And if anyone has any other questions, I will do my best to answer them. It is kind of harder here. If I miss any, please feel free to bring it up again. With where I'm living right now, it's kind of hard to do this kind of thing. It's just luck has it that this question was asked. I was just about to start my weekend, which is Sunday and Monday. And I actually have like extra days off this week because I'm taking a vacation. So I had plenty of time to do this without having to cut into my regular stuff that I need to do. So thank you guys again for watching. Like I said, I'll be back home in May and things will sort of go back to normal where I can answer your questions a little bit easier and such. Like I said, please bug me if I haven't answered your question. Sometimes I am like, yeah, I can do that. I'll see what I can do. And then next thing you know, like things come up here. It's quite common for things to come up here, especially earlier on in my contract. Now I'm kind of the top seniority person there. So it's a little bit easier now. I'm getting more time off and things like that. If you haven't checked out my other channel, if you are interested in finding out about my life working at Disney World, you can check out my other channel, and it has videos and stuff like that on there. But if you're not interested in that, stay here for your regular content that you're getting here. I'm not bringing my Disney stuff here too much, although I do plan to do at least one little vlog video when I'm getting ready to leave to kind of let you guys know, hey, I'm leaving, and yeah, that kind of thing. So again, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.